The large tomb behind me is the nightmare of many tomb robbers. It is said that the inside is like a maze. This corridor alone is 56 meters long. I heard that there are toilets, kitchens, and everything in it from 2000 years ago. This is the tomb of Lu Zhu, the 6th generation king of Chuxiang in the Western Han Dynasty. This corridor is filled with 26 boulders in 2 layers, weighing 6 to 7 tons, which are often referred to as anti-theft stones. The most interesting thing is that at the entrance of this corridor, a stone tablet was found, which contained a letter written by the tomb owner Lu Zhu to the tomb robbers. What is recorded in this letter from 2000 years ago will be revealed later. This is the stable where horses are kept and fed. The most distinctive feature is its top. At first glance, it looks like 4 huge rocks put together, but in fact it is one whole. Here is a stable, where horses are fed, and the stone next to it is the horse-tying stone. There are 2 cultural relics here, a pottery broom and a pottery basin. Since it has stables, it has horses. The next room is the carriage and horse room. This tomb is much larger than the stable. Its top structure is a 5-slope roof. When the craftsmen hollowed out the tomb, they also left a column in the middle as a support. It's the so-called Optimus Prime. This is the location of the carriage. It used a 4-horse carriage. It complied with the regulations of the Han Dynasty at that time. Only the emperor could use a 6-horse carriage. Seeing this, we can imagine how luxurious it would be to retain the scene of the trip back then. Opposite the carriage and horse room, there is a small carriage and horse room, which is only 5.91 square meters. Although it is relatively small in area, for national treasure level pottery horses were unearthed in it. Continuing to move forward, here is a corridor leading to the main room. Mentioning the letter Lu Zhu just wrote to the tomb robber, it was translated into the current text, which means, "Dear tomb robber, although I am the king of Chu. But I swear to God, there is nothing valuable in this tomb. Dear friends who are grave robbers, when you read this text, please have mercy on me and don't touch my tomb." This is standard self-deception. According to statistics, this tomb has been robbed at least twice. The gold, silver, and jade items inside were moved by the tomb robbers for 15 days. The last ones to enter were the archaeological team. As a result, more than 300 national-level items were discovered. Cultural relics. According to experts, the construction of the entire tomb required thousands of people to work continuously for 10 years. To be able to complete such a huge project, Lu Zhu's reign was only 12 years. It can be inferred from this that Lu Zhu started construction from the first year after he took the throne and did not complete it until the last moment of his life. It can be imagined how much manpower and material resources were used to build such a huge underground palace. This is a well that has maintained water for thousands of years. Where does the water come from? It penetrates through the cracks in the mountain. How the ancients knew that this place could store water is still a mystery. After walking through this passage, there is the front hall in front, where Lu Zhu handled government affairs and where distinguished guests were received. It is equivalent to the current living room. It was built to completely imitate the layout of Lu Zhu's residence during his lifetime. According to the ancient people's idea that after death, they should enjoy the same treatment as living people. Everything they owned during their lifetime can continue to be enjoyed after death. This is Lu Zhu's coffin chamber, which is the most elaborate one among the 15 tomb chambers. This tomb was the owner's favorite thing during his lifetime, and it was also the place where the largest number of burial objects were kept. It was also the tomb that was most severely robbed. During the archaeological excavation, not even a single nail was left here. Look here, it is a toilet from 2000 years ago, and it is also a squat toilet. There is an armrest on the left backrest for you to hold when you get tired of squatting. In order to prevent you from falling into the cesspit, there are 2 pottery basins on the right, one for washing hands and the other for cleaning bamboo pieces. The purpose of the bamboo pieces is to clean the butthole and can be reused after washing. This is the tomb of Mrs. Lu Zhu, which is slightly smaller than the remaining tomb. It is also very finely built. The corners of each wall are 90 degrees, horizontally and vertically. She is Lu Zhu's favorite woman in his life, who combines doting and honor. It is said that most of the gold paving the floor, jewelry covering the body, and silverware during the burial came from this tomb. The most amazing thing about this ancient tomb is the two corridors. The two corridors are 19 meters apart and the length error is only 2 millimeters. If the two corridors were extended in parallel, they could meet in Chang'an, which was the capital at that time. Whether it's a coincidence or something intentional by the ancients, the wisdom of the ancients is still worthy of admiration.